Okay, great. It's quest 33. We are at Cefnllys. Now it's spelt a very strange way to some people, I guess. But from the Welsh quadrant, it's actually a perfectly good spelling. It's Cefnllys. Yeah, and this used to be. It's an amazing place. It's where the medieval village once was. And if you can just sort of see around there, just before we look at the church in much more detail, we can see that that all this area was once thriving with huts and battles and games and everything going on. But what's more important about this place, which not many people would realise, is that it's got much more history to it than that. Now, Cefnllys itself is a very interesting history to it. The church itself has been here for millennia, really, to be fair. It's been here for, the area's been used as a chapel, or temple, should I say, for way beyond this church. But what's quite humorous is, in the times where the medieval village started its demise, you'd think, well, why did it leave this area? Because it's nestled in the mountains, it's protected from the nature's elements. LLANDRINDOD Wells was actually in the process of being developed and built. There was money there, so people were leaving this area and going to LLANDRINDOD Wells. There was another church in LLANDRINDOD Wells. The vicar at that time was so upset that this church was still operating, the vicar himself took it on board to come over to here, and he physically himself ripped the entire roof off this church, on the basis that he thought that if there was no roof, people would then give up this church and then start going over to LLANDRINDOD Wells. But all it did was started some kind of trust where people would start investing, and obviously different other charitable trusts over the years, to get it rebuilt and rebuilt and rebuilt. Myth and legend. There's a myth and legend of the Grail. Was it here? Do we really know? All I know is it's the most tranquil place, and it's certainly a very good hiding place. We had a very hard job to find the area and to find a place. We had to ask one of the local farmers, Lee, to put us in the right direction. So it's certainly not on public knowledge. You try it on Google Maps, the infamous Google, you can't find it. You try and find it on normal maps, you can't see it. So it's very much tucked away in this lovely little place, and it's just got such a wonderful feel about it. Over here is quite interesting. You've got the part here about the disputed land on the board here, which is always worth a nice read, really. I'm sure Janice will take some photographs as well. The disappearing town of Cefnllys. The roof, oh, here we are. It even says here, look, the roofless priest with the roofless church. There we are. So how he removed it in an attempt to force everyone to go to LLANDRINDOD. But bearing in mind, we know that LLANDRINDOD is a spa town anyway. So, and what's also interesting about LLANDRINDOD, 100 years ago, believe it or not, which again, without sounding like Michael Caine, not a lot of people know that, it used to have its very own airport that ran flights from here direct to London. So it's only in this period of time that it's changed over. But what I want you to also have a little bit of attention to, if we look at the viewpoint here, and we can just sort of, I don't know how Janice can pan out there with the film and pan out to capture that little mountainside there, you can see all the old ways it was for living. And all the different contours. I don't know if you can pan out and then zoom in to show some contours on there. And you can see it's been very much ravished over the time to make way for this wonderful medieval village that was all here. And you wouldn't be wrong to think, but if we look here, on this section down here, you can see it's an actual circle area where the trees are all planted. I don't even see that or not. You've got a circle of trees there. Just here, just here, in this area here. Just this area here. So it's got so much history here. I bet metal detector people would love it over here. But anyway, we're at LLANDRINDOD Wells on the outskirts of Cefnllys, the old medieval town. What a wonderful place, so glad we come. It is one of the Keystone Churches that I'll talk more about on this quest 33.